May 16, 1993, Nepal lost one of its most promising leaders, Madan Bhandari, in a car accident shrouded in mystery. His death has since become a political enigma with many unanswered questions and theories of foul play. What really happened that day? Let's explore the mysterious death of Madan Bhandari, a story that remains unsolved 3 decades later. Who was Madan Bhandari? Madan Bhandari was not just another politician. He was a revolutionary thinker who redefined Nepal's communist movement. Leading the CPN-UML, he gained immense popularity with his vision to merge socialist ideals with democratic practices, a concept he called people's multi-party democracy. This new direction aimed to integrate the leftist movement within a democratic framework, making it appealing to a broad spectrum of the population. Under his leadership, the CPN-UML saw a surge in popularity, challenging the dominance of the Congress Party and presenting a new political alternative to the monarchy. The incident, what happened at Das Hunga. On that fateful day, Madan Bhandari, Jeev Rajashrit, and driver Amal Lama were traveling from Pokhara to Chitwan. As their jeep approached the Das Hunga area, it suddenly swerved off the road and plunged into the Narayani River. The vehicle was found submerged in the water, Bhandari and Ashrit dead, but driver Amal Lama survived with minor injuries. The immediate explanation given by Lama was that a mechanical failure had caused the vehicle to lose control, but the details did not add up. Witnesses who had seen the Jeep before it left the road reported nothing unusual about its speed or handling. Bhandari's body was later found 30 kilometers downstream with minimal visible injuries, raising doubts about the circumstances of his death. How did a leader so central to Nepal's political future meet such an abrupt end? Suspicious circumstances and early questions. Investigation inconsistencies. Initial investigations by the government seemed rushed, and crucial pieces of evidence were overlooked. The official report concluded that the accident was due to mechanical failure, but many questions remained unanswered. Why was the Jeep's path diverted from the original route? How could an experienced driver like Amal Lama have lost control on a familiar road? Why were Bhandari's injuries inconsistent with what would be expected from being swept away by a river? An important point of contention was the state in which Bhandari's body was found. While his clothes were mostly intact, the absence of his pants raised speculation about whether he had been thrown into the river before the Jeep submerged. Rumors also suggested that his seatbelt was unusually tight, a detail that seemed out of place for such a journey. Was this truly a tragic accident, or had something more sinister happened before the car plunged into the water?
Multiple investigation commissions, political pressure, and investigative delays following the incident. Public pressure led to the formation of several investigation committees, including one headed by Justice Trilok Prataprana. However, the findings were vague and lacked depth, concluding that the incident was a simple road mishap. Over time, there have been multiple attempts to reopen the investigation, especially during periods when the CPN-UML has been in power. Yet, no new evidence has ever been made public, fueling suspicions that political interests have suppressed the full story. Many critics accuse both the CPN-UML and subsequent governments of failing to conduct a genuine investigation. The lack of transparency in the process has only added to the frustration among the public and Bhandari's followers. Even KP Sharma Oli, a close associate of Bhandari, promised to uncover the truth but later shifted focus away from the case during his time as Prime Minister. Mysterious death of Amal Lama. Death of a key witness. The plot thickened in 2003, a decade after Bhandari's death, when Amal Lama, the only surviving witness, was abducted and murdered in Kathmandu. His killers were identified as members of the Maoist insurgency, but many believe this was a convenient cover. Lama's murder raised questions. Was he silenced to keep hidden secrets of what happened on that fateful day? Did he know more than he ever disclosed? The murder of Amal Lama has often been seen as a deliberate attempt to erase a key part of the mystery surrounding Bhandari's death. With him gone, a vital witness and potential source of untold details was permanently lost. Investigations and alleged cover-ups. The government's response was swift but shallow. A commission led by Trilok Prataprana was formed, declaring the incident an accident. However, it failed to conduct a deeper forensic analysis. There was no comprehensive examination of the vehicle, no autopsy reports made public, and many of the witnesses were not rigorously questioned. The CPN-UML itself formed an internal probe, but the findings were never disclosed. Party leaders like KP Sharma Oli, who once vowed to uncover the truth, seemed to lose interest as political dynamics shifted. Over time, critics accused the party of using the mystery of Bhandari's death as a political tool, rather than genuinely seeking answers. Theories, political assassination or tragic accident? As time passed, various theories emerged about what might have truly happened that day at Das Hunga. The most prominent theory? That Bhandari's death was no accident but a planned political assassination. Internal party rivalries. Some suggest that Bhandari's death might have been orchestrated by factions within his own party. His rise to power and strong grassroots support posed a threat to those vying for control within CPN-UML. Did internal rivals see him as an obstacle to their ambitions?
Royalist and monarchical interests. Others speculate that elements of the royal palace could have been involved. At the time, Nepal was still transitioning from a monarchy-dominated system, and Bhandari's ideas challenged the status quo. Could royalist elements have feared that his vision of a more democratic Nepal would diminish their influence? Foreign involvement. Given Nepal's geopolitical position between India and China, suspicions also arose about possible foreign involvement. Some believe that India, which has historically exerted significant influence in Nepal, may have seen Bhandari's rise as a potential threat to its strategic interests. There are rumors that Indian intelligence might have indirectly facilitated a plan to curb his influence. Impact on Nepal's politics and society. The death of Madan Bhandari marked a significant turning point for Nepal's politics. Within CPN-UML, his death left a leadership vacuum, leading to a power struggle among party leaders. Leaders like Madhav Kumar Nepal and later KP Sharma Oli took the reins, but many believe that under Bhandari's leadership, the party would have followed a different path, one more connected to the people. Bidya Devi Bhandari's rise and the CPN-UML's role. Bidya Devi Bhandari's political journey began after the tragic death of her husband, Madan Bhandari, in 1993. She emerged as a prominent figure within the Communist Party of Nepal Unified Marxist-Leninist, or CPN-UML, gaining popularity for her dedication to her late husband's vision and her commitment to women's rights and social justice. Her influence grew as she served multiple terms as a member of the House of Representatives and later as the defense minister, becoming a significant force in the party, presidency, and CPN-UML's stature. In 2015, Bidya Bhandari became the first female president of Nepal, a historic milestone in the country's political landscape. Her appointment symbolized the progress of women in Nepalese politics, reflecting her party's efforts to promote inclusivity. Her presidency coincided with the drafting and promulgation of Nepal's new constitution, which transitioned Nepal into a federal democratic republic. During this time, CPN-UML's influence was substantial, positioning itself as one of the largest parties in the country. Unresolved promises and disillusionment. Despite the party's rise and Bidya Bhandari's leadership, there remains significant criticism about unfulfilled promises, particularly regarding transparency and accountability. The CPN-UML, under its leadership, has been criticized for not reopening investigations into Madan Bhandari's mysterious death despite repeated demands from supporters. Furthermore, the party's governance has faced allegations of corruption, a lack of focus on economic development, and not effectively addressing social inequalities. Political turbulence and recent criticism. In recent years, the CPN-UML has faced internal divisions, weakening its grip on power. This infighting, along with controversies surrounding Bidya Bhandari's role in constitutional matters, such as dissolving parliament twice under KP Sharma Oli's government, has led to accusations that she acted more in alignment with party interests rather than as a neutral head of state. Many of her actions were seen as politically motivated, which has tarnished her image as a unifying leader. Public sentiment and missed opportunities. The unaddressed issues of justice, especially related to Madan Bhandari's death, reflect a broader frustration among Nepalese citizens regarding their political leadership's inability to resolve long-standing matters. The legacy of both Madan Bhandari and the CPN-UML remains mixed. They are credited with bringing Nepal into a new political era, yet criticized for failing to deliver on promises of justice, accountability, and progress that were central to Madan Bhandari's vision. Madan Bhandari's rise from a grieving widow to Nepal's first female president is a testament to her resilience and political acumen. However, her and her party's inability to address key concerns, including those that touch the core of her personal and political history, has left many feeling that opportunities for true change remain unmet. Ongoing public demand for justice. For many Nepalese, the mystery of Madan Bhandari's death symbolizes a broader issue: the failure of Nepal's political system to deliver justice. Every year, on May 16th, supporters gather to remember Bhandari and demand answers, but the official stance has remained the same: there is no new evidence, no fresh investigation. Conclusion? A mystery that endures. More than 30 years after the incident, the mystery of Das Hunga remains one of Nepal's most controversial events. Was it truly a tragic accident, or was there a plan to silence a leader who sought to transform Nepalese politics? As time goes on, the truth remains buried beneath the river's waters, leaving the people of Nepal to grapple with the unanswered questions and the loss of a leader who might have changed the country's course. Until the full truth emerges, the case of Madan Bhandari's death will continue to haunt Nepal's political consciousness.